Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to another episode of Good Morning Conshy. I am your host, Teresa Von Paris, and I'm so happy to have you here with us today. This month, especially as we get ready to celebrate Caribbean American Heritage Month. So we'll take a break for a brief introduction, but in the meantime, please like and share this live video. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning Country. I'm glad you're here. Life is one big road with lots of signs. So when you're riding through the ruts, don't complicate your mind. Flee from hate, mischief, and jealousy. Don't bury your thoughts, your vision to reality. Wake up and live. Those are the words of one famous Caribbean person, Bob Marley from Jamaica. So thank you for joining us today for another episode of Good Morning Country. This month, for the month of June, we celebrate Caribbean American Heritage Month. Since 2006, June has been designated as Caribbean American Heritage Month by presidential proclamation. The month-long observance promotes the rich culture and heritage of the Caribbean American people and their contribution to the United States. Two such famous Caribbean Americans are Alexander Hamilton. We all should know him. He's on the US $10 currency. And another one from Nevis is Bertram Llewellyn Baker. He resided in New York City. So he became very famous when he got into politics in New York and placed Nevis on the map. Today, we have with us two up and coming Caribbean nationals. We have with us Abena of St. Kitts and Nevis and Michael Henderson of Dominica. So, my first guest would be Lady Abena out of New York, my fellow Nevisian. Abena is the daughter of accomplished singer Miss Jacqueline Erlene Williams King, and the late Honorable Vance Amory, former Premier of Nevis and well-known cricketer. Had a career in public health as a violence intervention specialist in central Brooklyn and became a full spectrum doula. We'll talk about that. Currently works at nonprofit as the director of COVID Disparities Program. Abina, welcome to Good Morning Country.
Good morning. Good morning, Teresa. Thanks for having me.
I'm so happy to hear. I'm so happy that you're here. I got a bit of good news also.
Well,
Anyhow, so tell my people who you are, Abina, briefly.
I see. I don't like talking about myself, but I'm a Bana. As Teresa said, I was born on the island of Nevis in St. Kitts Nevis, and I am a vocalist. I am a mom of two, and just Caribbean American, and just love my culture, love where I'm from, and do whatever I can to promote my culture and promote Nevis. I think it's Nevis as much as I can. So that's a little bit about me, and I just love to do anything to leave a positive impact on people in the communities that I come in contact with.
Awesome. Abina, I feel this. Let me know if you feel this way. When we meet someone for the first time, they recognize an accent and they said, "Oh, where you from?" Nevis. And they look at you with that question. Where in Jamaica is that? I'm like,
Yeah, they're like, "Huh?" They give you this look like, "What, Nevis? What is that?"
yes,
They're like, Nevis, Saint Kitts, Nevis, and like, oh, some of them like, "Oh, Saint Kitts." I was like, "Well, Saint Kitts and Nevis, yes." So
yes.
I
Don't
try to
forget
make like add
Saint.
the Nevis. Yeah.
And that's when I pull out my card. Well, do you have a $10 bill? Let's have some history lessons here. Do you know who's on your $10 bill? If you don't know, and you are an American citizen, that $10 bill is now mine. And
Wow.
then we go and tell him, oh yeah, he's from Nevis. We actually grew up right 5 minutes from where he was born.
Mm, yeah. Yeah, I
All
try.
right,
I don't use a $10 bill, but I try to use other things like, yeah, Nevis, this person, try to
the two.
connect it. Like, yeah, and they're like, okay, yeah. But I don't mind. Nevis is an island paradise, and I don't mind teaching people about it because I think it's a great place. So yeah, I don't mind letting people know about it.
It's
Definitely.
a great place, and especially now they have the music festival going on this week, next weekend. So
Yeah,
for those of us who are not from there, plan for that next year. We'll talk more about that
I
next.
ra- I actually want to go for the mango festival. That's what I would go for at the beginning of July. That's see, I don't. The music festival is fine, yes, but let me get some
I
mangoes.
know.
That's what I want.
Mangoes and Abena, mangoes. We at home in Nevis, we sit under the mango tree and we can eat a mango just like that. No, just pick it, eat it fresh. Here, one mango costs us $2.50.
You're not telling me anything. I think it hard to buy it, but now I just actually have a box of Haitian mangoes out there. Actually had three this morning before this. So I'm good with. Yeah, but I understand. You're like, how much for this box when I could just get them? They falling on the floor back
Yes,
home.
yes.
I'm paying $20 for a box of mangoes. Hello, I gotta get
So
them.
we have no idea how good we have it there on Nevis when it comes to the mangoes. So
Yes.
tell us about your music. How did you get involved with music, and how long you've been on the scene?
Well, I think I was born into music. As you know, mentioned, my mom is a singer. My family, she came from a musical family. My dad loves music as well. So I think I was just born into it and I just started singing. I think since I could talk, I was singing, and just singing here and there in school. I did competitions in high school and just people recognized my talent. And I just been singing ever since in little local places. When I moved to New York and just singing, hooking up with different bands or I sing in choirs. So just something I love to do. I just love to do it. So any opportunities I find to sing, then I just do that, you know?
And I must admit, I'm a little bit embarrassed. I just found out that your mom is a singer. I didn't know that.
Amazing singer. Yes, yes, he is
It
awesome.
is. So we have to get her on the show at some point, but she's going to be here in Pennsylvania in August. She doesn't know it yet. And then back in September. She doesn't know that yet either.
That's okay. I'm sure once she's able, she'll be here. Trust me, she'll be there. Once she's available.
Yes. And your mom, so you are a well-rounded Caribbean person. Your dad is from Nevis, bless his heart. Your mom is from St. Vincent, and you were born here in New York.
No, I was born in Nevis
You were born
actually.
in Nevis too? Okay, but you just live here with him in New York.
I've lived in New York. I mean, you can might as well say I'm a New Yorker because I've been here for over 30 years, but I was born in Nevis. Yes.
What was it like for you, the change when you left Nevis and came to New York?
Well, I went to St. Vincent first for 2 years, but just coming from the Caribbean to come to New York, it was a little different. I mean, everything was big, bigger, faster. Just, I think that was it for me. Even now, my children always say, I don't know how you live in New York. You're so slow. You walk so slow. I'm still used to that, slow, take my time pace. So I think that was something I had to kind of get into coming to New York and just going to school, just totally different type of way of just being. But I grew to love New York. I love it, but nowhere like home. But New York, I would say, is my second home. But it was a change, definitely a big change. You know,
For
seeing,
me,
yeah,
for me,
coming here, having to, yeah, especially when it's cold, because I came in the summertime, then
oh, okay.
have to transition into the winter. Like, oh my gosh, what is this? I still complain every winter, like, why am I here? I don't want to be in this cold, but I have been here for over 30 years, so it is what it is. Yes.
I remember when I came here, I came in January, and I
Oh,
came in Boston. I came through Boston,
oh
and it
no.
was a snowstorm.
Oh no.
It was freezing cold.
That was a rude awakening, I'm sure.
It was a rude awakening, yes. And I really appreciate then when I was back home and we would see tourists come and just lay on the beach in the sun. I'm like, aren't they hot? Why are they doing that? So now I got a sense of the appreciation they had for our sunshine back home.
Yes, yeah.
Yes.
Me. That's me. Any if I go home, I have to make it to the beach. I don't care if I'm there for one day. I need to get to the beach because I do understand and appreciate that. And I'll sit in the sun, love the sun. So I totally get it now. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking it all in. If I can take the beach back to New York with me, it's coming. But I totally get it.
All right. So in your introduction, in your bio, you said you were a doula. Tell us about that. How did you get involved with being a doula? We don't have that in Nevis.
They we do, but I think in terms of being it more quote unquote a title to it, then
Okay.
that's it. But I became a doula because one of my friends, she was talking about it, and growing well, growing up, I've always been drawn to supporting and helping folks. I have friends, family, just my mom's the same way. She always drew to supporting and helping folks, especially young people, young women. So when I found out what a doula was, someone who supports someone who's giving birth or being there after they have baby to support them, I felt this is something that I wanted to do, especially my own birth story. I always say my birth story with my son, a young, kind of, I was 20 when I had my son, knowing and what I needed and wanted at that time, especially in the delivery room, and didn't have that. Being scared, first time mom, and just going through my whole birth story and how my son was born made me want to give what I didn't get to other young people, especially women, especially in underserved communities who did not do that. So becoming a doula just came like natural to me. It's like, oh, this is something. Even though people do it now, they support these pregnant women back home. You have not necessarily the midwives, but the people who are just there around to support someone when they're giving birth, when they have the baby, and just to make sure that the mom is doing well, fine, and mentally, emotionally, physically, that she's good. So it's something I was just drawn to because, again, I know what I needed, and just to give that to folks who may not be able to afford it, because they have doulas, but people pay exorbitant amounts of money to have a doula because they
Right.
can afford it. So I wanted to do more community work to those who can afford it, and make sure that they get the respect, they get that support when they go to the hospitals. Because for Black and Brown folks, when you go to the hospital and you're dealing with the medical arena, we don't get that respect. And to have someone there to help you to find your voice, or just to help you to know your rights and just be there to support you, I think it helps, and it causes birth outcomes to be so much better, for both mom and for the baby. So that's why I
It does when you're able to see someone that looks and talks like you. It really
yes.
does. Yes. So
Yes,
then that
on
was
your side too, because they have people who look and talk, I guess, who are not on our side too, unfortunately. But for someone who's there for your needs and for your interest
uh,
instead of, you know, other things. So yes,
okay. Great. So then that was a great transition then from being a doula full time to what you do now. Talk to us about that.
so I still work with supporting and helping underserved communities. So now I work in the COVID disparities initiative in Brooklyn, East New York, and Brownsville, which are some of the more underserved communities in Brooklyn.
Hmm.
And if we know, COVID did bring out a whole lot of disparities and inequities within communities. A lot of the communities that were worse or hard hit with COVID were the poorer communities, Black and Brown communities. So this grant, we go out into the communities and we give them resources that they may be lacking in terms of healthcare, food insecurity, jobs, anything that we feel that they need, resources that they need to help them to become better, to thrive, so that they're healthier, the communities are healthier, and they get what they want to live comfortably in those communities. But also, because it's COVID disparities, we also have to bring awareness to COVID and try to help folks to to become vaccinated or to make sure that they're protecting themselves and others. So yes, so
Right,
that's
awesome.
yeah.
And then, have you ever had the opportunity to sing to some of these clients that you serve?
Actually, once people find out that I sing, like in my last job when I was working with the doulas, they used to have graduations for some of the moms when they go through like a breastfeeding class, and they would say, "Oh, Abena, come and sing for them." So I did have a chance to sing to some of them in that way, and if some people have events, you know, I don't try. I don't know why. Sometimes I don't mix my that career and my music. People will not know that I sing until I don't know something comes up and they maybe hear me. But I try to. But I have sung.
Yeah.
Yes.
Last year we couldn't wait to get out into the get out for events. So
Yeah.
we have a video that we're going to share right now with you performing at the Camden Caribbean Festival. So
Yes.
if you can play that first, so we can see Miss Abina in action.
Baby, I wanna for the longest time, baby.
Oh, that was awesome. But the buffering was really bothering with you. So we're going to put you on the spot, Miss Avena. Let's go. Show us some acapella, girl.
Baby, I wanna be your sole provider. Baby, I wanna stay that way for the longest time. Baby, I wanna be your sole provider. Yeah, baby.
Good job. I love it. Thank you. That was good.
Thank you. Thank
That
you.
was good. Sorry, guys, for the buffering. But there you have it in person. Abby, thank you so much for being with us here at Good Morning Conshy. We're going to take a break for a commercial from one of our sponsors, and then we'll be right back with our next guest, Mikhail.
Thanks for having me.
Mhm.
Are you dealing with estate or loan documents? Or perhaps an international business? Welcome to Paris Mobile Notary, your solution for notary services 24/7, 365. At PMN, we put customer service first, coming to you for all your notary needs, including apostille and authentication, document delivery, I-9 verifications, estate documents, prenup and postnup agreements, affidavit, mortgage documents, identity verifications, and so much more. We proudly serve Montgomery, Bucks, Delaware, Chester, and Philadelphia counties, and can't wait to work with you. So contact us today for your next signing at parismobilenotary.com or call us at 610-825-3300. Paris Mobile Notary, at your service anytime, anywhere.
Thank you for being back with us. Our next guest is Miss Mikhail Henderson Del Sal. Mikhail was born in Grand Bay, Commonwealth of Dominica. She's a singer, songwriter, and performer extraordinaire for over 20 years. 6 albums to date. Her debut album titled Mikhail Anderson, 2000, and her most recent Being Home, which was in 2014. Mikhail was appointed Goodwill Ambassador to Dominica in 2004. And in addition to that, in a couple of years ago, she was commissioned to do the to do the anthem for CARICOM. So, Mikhail, welcome to Good Morning Country. So glad you're here.
Thank you so much. So glad to be here.
And you're a good sport too. I must admit that. Yes. So, Mikhail, I only learned about you a few weeks ago when I
Mm,
was doing some research for a group that was formed here in Montgomery County for the Caribbean community of Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. And I was looking to see what's out there for a Caribbean themed song. And I came across your anthem that you did for CARICOM.
mhm.
So before we get started with you, I am going to have Zach play that song so our audience can see the work that you did for CARICOM. It gives us goosebumps here in the diaspora to hear that song, the words, the music, the rhythm. It's just beautiful. So
Thank
here
you.
it is.
From many distant lands, our forefathers came, some seeking adventure, some bound in chains, through battles waged and fought, through victory and pain. By test of their courage, our freedom was gained. In homage to those gone before us, the heroes of lands in the sun, we vow to join hands and to focus on building one Caribbean. Raise your voices high, sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong, feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to heights where we belong. Sound the victory drum for CARICOM. Though great and diverse be our ethnicities, the bonds that unite us are stronger than these. We dine, we pray, we love, we dance and we play, but we relate to each other the West Indian way. Today as a people united, determined and steadfast we stand. We look to a brand new horizon, the future now firmly in our hands. Raise your voices high and sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong, feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to heights where we belong. Sound the victory drum for CARICOM. Hele, hele, bravo, open you sing CARICOM. Lepe, lepe, wow, naki you drum CARICOM. Tabu, ya tabu, bravo, open you sing CARICOM. Lepe, lepe, wow. Raise your voices high and sing of your Caribbean pride. Sing it loud and strong, feel our hearts beat as one. Celebrate in song as we rise to heights where we belong. Sound the victory drum for CARICOM. Hele, hele, bravo, open your sting CARICOM. Lepe, lepe, wow, hele, hele, tabu, ya tabu, awo, naki your drum CARICOM. Lepe, lepe, wow.
Oh boy. I love, 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 love that song.
Thank
So,
you.
yes, what inspired you with those words? First, tell us about you growing up there in Dominica and undertaking on doing that project.
Well, first, my name is Mikkel Henderson. I'm from the island of Dominica, from a very small village in the rural south of the island. And I've spent my life there living a typical island life, bathing in the river and in the ocean and being inspired by the nature around me. And like your previous guest, Abena, it's so funny how similar our lives were. I could see so many parallels. My parents were musicians as well. Well, my father was the musician in the family. So I was born into music, like she said. And grew up performing at school, at church. And it came to me that the CARICOM Secretariat had put out a call for an anthem. And the call was put out across the region. So there were several entries. I think there were upwards of 60 of them. And mine was chosen eventually as the CARICOM anthem. That would be the song that is representative of the Caribbean community, which is played at all the heads of government meetings and so on in schools and so on. So it was a very proud achievement for me because I've always wanted to do something to contribute to Caribbean history. I'm very proud of my Caribbean heritage. And so for me, it was an honor to be able to contribute that way to the history of the Caribbean.
Awesome, awesome. So when it came to some of the words, and I what kind of frame, what were you thinking when, especially for the first couple of words?
Well, the song needed to express the origins of the people of the Caribbean. It needed to show that these origins weren't all the same. That some of us came here on different terms, but at the same time, we've been able to put all of our strengths and our talents together to build an incredibly successful society. And so we have, some of us have a shared history and some of us have a different kind of history, but we've been able to make it work. And what's unique about the Caribbean is that we have so many different elements coming together seamlessly, really, to put together this lovely culture that everybody around the world is jealous of, really, to be honest. They're like, how are you so happy? It's just Caribbean people are happy. We've been able to use our strengths. We've been able to learn from our mistakes. We've been able to learn from the sacrifice of our ancestors, and we've been able to put those things together. So this song comes from that ethos. That was the trend of it.
Right, and I love the mix of the different language in that song. And I mean, the bridge is like really, really, really good.
Thank you. Yeah, so the languages there are Creole, which is spoken in like Dominica, St. Lucia, certain parts of Trinidad, and in, of course, the French islands of Guadeloupe and Martinique as well, and Haiti. And then you have also Sorangantongo, which is or otherwise known as Taki Taki from Suriname as well. So I thought it would be good to sort of include those languages to show the diversity of language in the Caribbean.
Great. Now, how many languages do you speak?
I speak 3 languages. Yes.
3 languages. So, but I know Dominica is English, right? So you speak
we speak English. So the national language or official language is English, but I also speak French, owing to the Dominica being sandwiched between 2 French islands, and my mom is actually from Guadeloupe. So I speak French, and then I also speak Creole, which is the dialect that we speak amongst the islands. Yeah, and a little bit of Spanish as well. So yes.
Awesome, great. Well, sure. So tell us, what you have a few projects that you're working on now. You have like when I called you, you were elsewhere. And you have a few projects that you're working on, and an event you have coming up later this year?
Yeah, absolutely. In Dominica, we have the month of July is dedicated to the genre of calypso, which is a style of music that originated in Dominica and was an influence to a lot of different other styles of music around the world, especially in the Francophone countries. So this style of music called calypso is being celebrated in the month of July. And so I have putting together an event on the 9th of July at the Fortune Hotel on the island of Dominica. I'm not there right now, but I will have to get back there and prepare. But it's called an homage. Basically, it's meant to honor the musicians from Dominica who pioneered this genre of music. and we are very proud of it in Dominica, and so we make a huge effort to celebrate um, that that contribution that Dominica has made to the music industry. And we actually have in October, there's a huge festival called the World Creole Music Festival, whose foundations was, Kada's music. So we invite people from all over the world who perform in Creole genres to join us. It's a 3-day event in October, and we call it 3 nights of pulsating rhythms. So it's a lot of energy and a lot of Creole and Caribbean mixed music on offer. But the show on the 9th, I hope to be streamed. I will put further details out on my social media platforms so people can be informed as to when and how they can access the stream.
Okay, and then if you can share it with us, we'll actually help push it out.
Absolutely, I will. I most definitely will.
Yes. Now, Mikhail, I found another video that you did. I think this was maybe in 2014. It was a gift to Dominica. You sang, but it was being performed by for the deaf. For those.
Oh yeah, we did. It's the national anthem of Dominica.
The Dominica's national anthem.
National anthem, and we did it. Well, actually, it was the initiative of the teacher, the sign language teacher at my daughter's school, and so she asked if I would, contribute to that, and I was very thrilled to be able to do that. So we in honor of our nation's independence, we decided to put this video together.
It's beautiful, and I'm going to share it with audience now. Zach, if you can bring that up for us, it's just beautiful.
Thank you.
be fair. Toil with hearts and hands and voices. We must prosper. Sound the call in which everyone rejoices. All for each and each for
That is so beautiful and so touching too.
Thank you. Thank you. It was important because, we sing the national anthem all the time, but we have a cross section of the society who doesn't know what that sounds like.
Yes.
And so this was an opportunity to present them with the national anthem so they could actually enjoy the beauty of the anthem. Yeah.
Yes, it's touching. It really was.
Thank you.
So thank you for doing that with them. It really is.
Yeah.
So I am so glad you came here with us and share your story with us. And I'm great. My wish for you and Abena is that our audience, those of you in the audience, will please like, follow, and support our upcoming musicians. They need your support so that they can thrive and share their gift with us and those abroad. So thank you for being here with us at Good Morning Country. Please stay with us. We'll be continuing on with a few announcements of events we have coming up. Stay with us, Mikhail. Yep. Awesome. So tonight, starting tonight, we have coming up for our Juneteenth celebrations is now in swing. We're going to have the Charles L. Bloxham exhibition, which is an African and Afro American collection. It's going to be there at the Center Theater over there at 2008 DeKalb Street in Norristown. It's going to run from tonight the 15th until the 18th, which is Saturday, and it's from 5:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And next up, we have Juneteenth celebrations, continuing with the flag raising ceremony at the courthouse in Norristown, at the county courthouse. That's from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in Norristown. Then back in Conshy on the 18th, we having this is by the Conshy Electric Force. That's on Saturday from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. And that's at the Aubrey Collins Park here in Conshy. And it's free. They're going to have a talent show. They're going to have lots of goodies there for you guys. So bring your grill and come on out and enjoy it with the kiddos. Then we have lots of Juneteenth celebrations on Sunday, kicking it off with a Jubilee in Norristown. That's going to be on DeKalb Main Street. That's from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. They're going to have vendors, food trucks, kid zones, magic show, live DJ, tons of music for you guys. And we have a slew of other activities for Juneteenth. If you visit our website at norristownlocal.com/events, we have a listing of other June 19th events. I would like to thank you for joining us here at Good Morning Country. Please like and follow our two guests, Mikhail Anderson and Abena. And thank you so much. Please continue to like and share this video. Mikhail, thank you. Thank you all to the listening audience. Thank you.